Good morning. Welcome to my channel. I made some, I'll just get it. I made these little cute tabbies. I'm going to show you how using limited supplies tips. A lot of us say we haven't got things to work with. Well, that's not true. We all have bits of card. Some of us have digital kits. I was lucky enough to purchase this digital kit from My Porch Prints. So I'm going to use one of those tabbies from My Porch Prints. I'm going to use just a bit of cardstock. And some of us might have plain old, let me find it. Just a simple, it's card. They're journaling tags. And what I do, I ink well for all my projects, because that's what makes this such a delight to do. Look, when you're working on a budget, you really need to figure out ways of not spending money, I guess. And a group I belong to, that's what we're working on. We're working on not spending any money this week. So, because I haven't got anything to cut these, what I'm going to do, these are 1.5 inches, and I'm just going to snip them there. Look, I'm not even worried if they're not even. And all it is this comes from an actual shirt, and I saved it. I don't like throwing things away. So we're basically working without really having a stash and an ink pad. Like, I always utilise my inks. Now, you can buy inks from the Dollar Tree, anything like that. So this is about using up your stash. It's working on a budget and learning how to save money without going out and spending a fortune on your junk, and when you got it all here. Well, now what I'm going to do, I've decided to stamp the back of my ones to give them a bit of character. Oops. So if you've got a stamp, use it. If you haven't, I'll show you a way of making sure that you have covered your the back, so you make it look good. Now, this is just a bit of scrap paper that I've printed on. This is from an old book. There's another old book here I might utilise. I don't even know how old this is, but I'm going to tear a page from it. It's very fragile. Now, this book cost me 20 cents. I don't even know what it's called, but it's got some gorgeous elements in it. Look at the aged pages. 50 cents from the thrift store, and it's got some beautiful pictures that I'm hoping to be able to use in my journaling. So, and I've got a magazine page, so that if you haven't got elements to decorate these, we can soon learn how. Now, if you haven't got a punch, use a nice pick. I'm lucky enough to have a punch, so I can actually make a tiny hole in these. So these are the ones that I made up from my shirt. It's wrapped around my shirt. That one's already got a hole. And this one is from a digital kit. So we can work off both ways. The reason why I stamp on the back is it makes them look better. So then I don't have to really dress them up. But if you haven't, I will show you a way that you can dress them up, make them look good. So we'll just make 4. Now, as you've seen, I inked my little labels. Now, the same with labels. If you haven't got it, you go and look in a book or a magazine and just cut out something. I'll just see if we've got something we can cut out from a magazine. Because, you know what? It's all you need to do. Like, we worry about not having supplies when, honestly, it's in your books. So I might just cut that word out, which is about. And I'm going to cut it like that. And what I want to do is double layer it, because then it will give me more stability. And this is the way I like working, you know, like I like to think I can journal regardless without much supplies. And I actually can. And it works for me. Like I said, it's a matter of learning that you can utilize anything around the house for your junk. So we're making our word. So you just need a glue stick or fabric glue or whatever you got. I'm just using fabric glue because I happen to have fabric glue and it lasts me a long time. So I'll ink around that because this is the others are from my porch prints, but this is my one. Let's see if there's anything in this old page that we can dig out. Oh, there is. There's a word there I like. And all I've got to do is snip it out. I think it's on 2 pages already. And you know what? I am not worried that isn't, I might layer it though. So you just do what I did, same thing as I did with the other one. Layer it on some just remember, you're junking. You don't have to go spending money. You know what my suggestions are? When you got money, you buy yourself a good pair of scissors. They'll last you a lifetime. Buy some glue. Whoops. And that's all I do. I buy glue and I always have a couple of inks. That's all you really need. And if you haven't, you mix a real good coffee mixture, which is on my YouTube somewhere. If I find it, I will link it to this video. And it shows you how to make a really thick coffee mixture that you can utilize as ink. You can buy shoe polish, which I have got it around here somewhere with a sponge. And then again, you can buy that at your Dollar Tree. So, okay, this is what I've done so far. So this piece of scrap, we're going to use that. And we're going to use a bit of scrap from here. And it's colourful. Now, I want to be careful because I want to keep these. So I'm just going to cut a scrap from here for one of my tags. Oh, it's 2 pages. It's 2 pages. That's even better. And I ink these as well. So one of them is going to be in greens. I'm going to do back to front on these. And I'll tell you why, because I like seeing interests. So that one's going to get that. And it's going to get a bit of this. Now, one of them's not going to get a word because it doesn't need it. And this is just some strip of fabric. Cut your clothes up. Like here, I've got a tub full of scraps. And I utilise them. I utilise these scraps. I just don't throw nothing out. And if you've got, what's the word I'm looking for? Like if you go to a thrift store, you can get really cheap just looking for something a bit scrappy, eh? A bit scrappy. I like scrappy. There's some scrappy stuff. And we're going to utilise them. Because you want to work on a budget. Whoops. I'm going to put that down here. Well, here's a top I tore. So that's something scrappy. And I'm not going to be overly fussed how I cut it or anything like that because it's going to be stuck down. And I might cut a piece more. This top has gone a long way in my junking. So I'm going to go back to the back of that where I stuck that down. And I'm going to add that as a bit of an element. And then I'm going to go, I might use a bit of something else. What else can I use? And that's the thing. What else can you use is what you ask yourself. No, that's not going to go because I've got that on it now. That, which will do, because over that I'm going to stick that word I made up. Gosh, I hope you can see what I'm doing. That's the word I made up. And I might get a bit of scrap paper. And I just want it torn. And I'm going to ink that. And place that down as well. Just for something else to add an element to my work. So we've got the word. And I'm not worried how this looks because I'm going to Mod Podge it. Now, there's a lot of YouTube on Mod Podging, how to make a Mod Podge. I have been known to make my own. See how I'm darkening it up a little bit more to age it up because I like it aged look. Then I'm going to go around here and re-age this because I want to place her down. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a bit more ripping, but I want to keep a little bit more of that green. So I want this, and I want a bit. See how fragile I am with my scrapping? And this is what I'm saying. We all can do this on a budget. We really, really can. Now, it feels real thick for an old book. But anyway, again, we're going to ink. And I use makeup sponge. I buy these from the dollar stores, and they're only about $3 in Australia. In America, you guys can get things a lot cheaper than us. I actually didn't know we can get those makeup brushes from our Dollar Tree stores. So it was good to actually find somewhere where I could get something so cheap. See, I aged that well. And I'm going to use one of my letters. I actually want to use a bit of this. See how it's nice and grungy and green? I want to take that off. Now, this is lace I bought from the thrift store, but I'm going to make it work for me in this project. And I'm going to glue it down properly because, like I said, I'm going to Mod Podge this because I want that vintage look. Then I'm going to find my word. Which one shall I use? I might use that one. And I'm going to get my stamp and make sure that that's got a stamp at the back of it. So you can actually use your stamp, oops, as your word. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm sticking that halfway out, I wanted something to showcase what I can actually do. Now, like I said, in this group, we're actually doing also the ABCs of junk journaling. And we're taking our time doing it because we are slow at some of our projects. Some of us have to work. We have got a life outside of junking. So anyway, that's one complete for now. Oh, I was going to put that picture on there. Oh, we'll leave it picture for somewhere else. So I'm going to tear another strip of my old vintage book. And I'm going to ink that well. Because I love it. I love things inked well. And I'm not going to use my lace on this. This time I'm just keeping it just basically what I'm saying it is. Just a little card. Oh, better put it the right way up. And I'm going to just place that there. Oh, and I want to place her somewhere. And again, I'm going to ink. And I'm going to place her. I'm just going to, the glue will dry. And I'll just maneuver it around a little bit. And I'm going to stamp behind it because I am not putting nothing behind there. Because you don't always have to. Just remember that. I just do that for the backs. So there's that one. And now I need another word. And where's my homemade word? I did make another one. Here. Because this is my homemade one. Just using a magazine. I'll make sure it's dried properly. I want to ink the back of this. And I want to slightly stamp the back of it. So, you know, you can junk journal for X to nothing. My stamp here. And I'll stamp behind there. And then I'm going to add my word. And I want which way is it? That way. And I just want to place it just there. Now, if you haven't got a stamp for the back, I would get some book paper. Ink it well. And this will finish off the back of your tag and make it look good. Might have to cut a bit more. You know, we stress it out and stress it out. We've got no products. Now, A is for, I call it, what's the word? My brain's dead. How did that happen? Age it. See what difference that little bit of aging does. But we're going to work on here. I want to put some of this down. A book page. Might have to cut a little bit off. But I'm aging it. It's pretty old already. It's probably over 100 years old, this book. I picked it up on the weekend, for, like I said, for 50 cents. I was doing a nanny job, and I was in a town, a beach town, 2.5 hours from here, and they had a market on. And I was able to pick that up from the market. Now we're going to get a word. Oh, I like this one. It's just random numbers, but I like it. And I'm also going to stamp the back because that's me. Unless I ink it well, then I don't worry about it. Now, what did I do with the stamp? And it doesn't worry me if it's upside down or anything. So you can actually stamp your sayings on this. You know, you don't have to necessarily buttons. We all got buttons. Whip into your clothes. Get those buttons out. Let me see if there's a button I can use. The stacks in this. I paid $2 for this big thing of buttons. And you know what? This will last me forever and a day. All for $2. I normally like putting a bit of twine in between, but I'm not for this project because it will slow me down. But I'm just going to put your button down. And I use my fabric glue for it. Right. Now I'm doing the My Porch print one. Now I make sure it's inked well. I've already stamped the back. And I'm going to cut around this birdie that's there. And I'm ripping because I want to use that for my other ones. And I want some words. Like I said, old book pages are so brilliant for your layers. You know, and you're not wasting money. Like, and the thing what I like about kits, you're not wasting money. The same with magazines, you're not wasting money. I rip some more. And I'm going to place that down. Now, this kit actually did come with some sort of pattern, but I'm using something else instead. So now I've broke it, and I want to put that bird in there, and I want to rip because it looks nicer ripped. And I add a layer to it of lace. So A is for something altered. See how quick and easy it was to produce this? Just so quick and easy. Oh, I can't see my words. I want to see my words. So I want to rip some more. Because what's the point of putting something down if you can't see what you're putting there, is my saying. So I'm just going to look for an appropriate word. And again, I want to stamp my back. because I think it will look good. What did I do with it? I tell you, I would forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. But, what did I do with it? Must have fell to the floor. Surely not. It's probably in front of my eyes. Oh, here it is. So I'm going to stamp that. And I actually might use that word instead of the back. So you can see, by having a stamped word, you can actually still produce. And then it's just finding somewhere to put it. And then what I do, check to see if I'm happy with them and the layout. I am. I just want something a little bit more there because I think it's just lacking a bit of fibre maybe. So it's this one. That one's fine. So I'm just going to put it on the edge of that. I might even move it up a little bit. I just don't want to not see her face. Whoops. I'm getting sticky. And that's what happens with fabric glue. I actually like that hanging, but I want to find something else I can just put there. Maybe a bit more of the scrap. Like I said, scrap lace. All from the top. Here. I'm going to... Now, I like to Mod Podge mine if I'm hanging them off a signature in my journal. So that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. And I quite like them. I really do. So, just see. I just want to put something scrappy behind that. And what's good too, if you've got a pattern paper, and all you need is a glue stick to stick it on, but I haven't got my glue stick, so I am just going to lay it down. And a bit of this lace I cut, I'm going to lay it over the top. And when it's dry, I might even stamp on it before I put the Mod Podge on. And I think I will. Whoops. Like I said, I'm getting kind of sticky. And I'm just going to nip a bit of that pattern away. My dress paper pattern is brilliant because you can stamp on it. You can do anything. Now, I just need the stamp pad again, just to give it a bit of oomph. And there's something altered. So now what I'm going to do, 2 seconds. And here's the little safety bulk pens we use, and I've lost one already. And then you just clip it at the end of your page. This doesn't take long. But if you're going to do that, you need to Mod Podge them. And the reason why, or PVA, and then I would use clear acrylic spray to take the, so where's my brush? I must have moved it. Oh, it's up here. I move things out of the road for a reason, ladies, and that's so I don't make a mess. And I normally Mod Podge front and back, and I let them dry naturally. Because when you let things dry naturally, especially Mod Podge, and if you use matte, you won't have to use the acrylic spray. Then it's not sticky. Sorry about that. Now I get the Mod Podge out. And I need something to make sure I don't make a mess. I should have been a bit more prepared, shouldn't I? But I'll get in the mood to show you how to do something, and I don't think of the consequences. So you can dress these up with anything, but we're using simple techniques. So you Mod Podge it, and this gives it a really, really lovely effect. And if you do this a couple of times, it hardens it up. It makes it really beautiful to use like a charm off the end of your journals, especially or just inside the journal. There's that one's done. Like I said, let them dry and whatnot. And this is a fantastic way of altering and making up your own little mini tags, or bigger tags for that matter. I've just got to make sure I've got too much. And then I just come in and recoat them one more time, and I do that with the back as well. See the magazine? It can take it. The paper can take it. I want to cut, oh well, I'm not going to cut that string off. I've just got to be careful I don't. But it all Mod Podges beautifully. I'll take pictures of this when it's loaded up so you can see how quick and easy this project is. Like I said, you don't need kits. You can utilise what you've got at home. And this is a good way of using up your scrapbooking paper, your magazines, whatever it may be. It's drying beautifully. So 2 coats each side when they're dry. And I'll show you how they looked into a journal. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Bye for now.